It's just packed. A lot of black ties, a lot of black ties. Come on now. We got Bounce, Mikey, looking good.
540 people.
Liz, Evie. Hey Matt, hurry up.
Jimbo!
The bar, big lineup at the bar.
Line up at the bar, you're right. I'll see what I can do.
Hey Dan, I need you bad, buddy. I need you real bad.
Don't let me down, Jim.
Don't let me down now, buddy. You're trying to give me the guilt trip, eh? What the hell was that all about? Dirty dog.
I was hoping that you would bring
Oh, Jack. Nice outfit, Jack. Nancy. Oh, Nancy. Oh. Hey. I'm doing a crowd scan here. See who's around, huh, but we got show. Sheila, ho! Ho, everybody. Hey!
Oh, my.
Oh, nice shot, everybody. What a party. Hey Ben, nice outfit, buddy. I'm the official videographer. Whoa, whoa. Hey Bert, how are you, buddy?
Jimmy, you're back again.
Looking good, man. Looking good. Oh, here's a picture coming up. Nice shot of the gals. Oh, you girls. Hey.
You know Jim Patton?
He met Hannah's shoes. I think the shiniest shoes.
Both of them.
The best dressed guy in the world.
shiny too.
Oh, that's shiny too.
And that's only because it's fit on both.
Oh, kind of warm too, we met. Jimmy Bentley, look at that tie. Oh, that's nice. Good work, buddy.
Some wisdom from the coach. I'm getting a picture of my tie. Wisdom from the coach. Picture of my tie. There's no battery though? No battery.
What batteries needed for that one?
And John Fredericks, I think he's got a battery.
Oh, really?
I have a battery.
There's Alan Geddes. He's running the bar. Good work, buddy. These guys are moving. These guys are moving.
Thank you, darling. Here I am at yet another club party. I'm Nick the Dress. Please don't call me the design.
Johnny.
Hey,
buddy.
Jimmy, how are you?
Yeah, who'd you sell your ticket to? You had that extra ticket.
Hey, where is my ticket?
I don't know,
I
buddy.
paid.
I don't know where
I
it is.
paid scalpers prices
Hey,
for the.
who's
for the
playing? Who's selling?
Let's say quarter of.
Hey, you guys, coming through now.
And our
Gotta
flight.
get some shots here of everybody. Hey! Everybody just packed. There's five of the boys over here in this corner.
Very nice.
Oh,
Supper, they may never
the
play.
Last Supper, that's right. Now it's a sad affair. Hey, here's Peter Ward. Trying to tell him he's got the same tux that he had on the Smitty. Come on, Peter, fess up, buddy.
Light the ear.
Oh, what happened there?
That's my partner.
Your partner hit you.
Yep.
Look at the size of that.
The ear.
Yeah, I know. Is it the racket or the ball?
Bull.
Ouch. That's Tyler?
Yeah.
Should have never played with Tyler, buddy.
Yeah.
Go back to Randy.
Nice squad, buddy. Very nice squad. How are you doing?
Ouch.
No, you're nibbling tonight?
Hey, they're ringing the bell. They're ringing the bell.
Here's nothing
is an outfit. You guys should have had matching outfits, Bobby. What's the deal? That is something.
Jim,
I like it.
camera.
Hey, Nance. Look at the ladies. Whoa, Connie, Nancy, elegant, elegant.
Jim, you're supposed to video the squash game,
Oh yeah,
not the
sorry,
women.
sorry about that. Yeah, I always get that part mixed up. Hey, Barney. Oh yeah, hey, Dennis. Tammy, how about a look at that outfit, Tammy? Ah, Tammy looking good, looking nice. Nice shoes, flats. You got flats tonight, pretty much, eh? Oh, okay, okay. Holly!
There's Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy, how you doing, Jimmy? We're in a club forever.
Oh yes, all the way, all the way. And Deb, do it again. There we go. Hey! Okay, let's go. Let's go, Lou. Come on, Lou. Molly, don't jump, don't jump. The sequin, look at that sequin dress. Whoa. There it is, a sequin dress. Good shot. Oh, hey, oh, hey.
Three deserved.
All of a sudden, everybody's just walking up fast.
Oh, great.
Hi. Oh, hey, hey, where are you going?
Oh, that's too close. That's killing me.
Freddie! Hey, Freddie! Big kiss for the camera.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, nice one. Hey, Bert!
The staff has been terrific. I can't express my appreciation for them. There has really not been one job that we've asked them to do that they haven't responded 100%. They've never complained, and they've done everything. And so please, if you could also give them your thanks. I'd like to ask Doug Bannon, John LaHoop from Ridley Windows, Stan Meek from Don Park, and also Arthur Lee, if they could come to the front here, please. This is a really big one. We're going to pay attention to this. On behalf of our committee, the players, and the guests, I would like to thank Doug Bannon and John LaHoop from Ridley Windows, who co-sponsored the event with Stan Meek of Don Park. As a token of our appreciation, we have a small gift for them.
Sponsors, all the big sponsors. Who's that? What kind? What kind is that?
We would also like to thank Arthur Lee, who donated all the clothing and the bags to this evening's event. He did a great job. It has been a pleasure to work with him. He has asked for nothing. He asked for no signage, nothing in the program, and he didn't want to come up here, and I insisted. He's been a wonderful supporter of the game of squash, and we can't thank him enough. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Our club has had a resurgence of growth. Oops, wait, we got this other group in here. Group 2, we need your attention. One more minute, please. Sorry, if you could just really stick with me. I'm sorry this is so long, but we have so many people to thank. A few years ago, we had a renovation here at the club, and in the squash section, the squash courts, the fitness facility, etc. However, all successful things need a leader. Pat's been with us for 11 years, 13 years, and it's a tribute to him, not only for the growth of the section programs that we have, the juniors that come out of the club, but also this wonderful tournament. There isn't one little detail that he hasn't been a part of, and for the last few weeks, he has just worked 24 hours a day, again, to make it the best event. On our behalf, we really would like to honor and thank him.
Buddy,
How are you, bud?
how's your table?
We have an all-star group here this evening.
You do? You got a beautiful group?
I am the only person not a member of the Golden Horseshoe.
Oh, yes. Well, hey, how did you get in here?
Thankfully, Seamus and his friends invited me to the table tonight. What?
We didn't want you here. We said you gotta sit with your partner.
You didn't want me here?
And I said you gotta sit with your partner.
Seamus didn't want me here. Tomorrow, he's gonna have a black eye. I'm gonna have my teeth are still gonna be
He was
intact.
stellar today, Jim. I know that you said you got the whole match on tape, and we understand it was only 4 points.
He's only
you had.
got like.
He was stellar today. If you could have seen some of his best and worst shots of this afternoon, you would realize that the one that he hit into the deep tin, somewhere between the ledge and the floor, deep tin, on match ball, after an hour and 50 minutes, he puts one that far, that close to the floor.
Skillful.
That's okay. That's okay. Not many guys can do it that way.
That's pretty
Not many guys can hit that.
But he hit a winner. He hit a winner, 2 points.
I never thought about
You
it
would have
that
been
way.
able to see the rest of it.
Hey, Sharif.
Alright, Dandy, come right down this way.
Everybody was really stiff. They had to get up for a while. Oh, here he
Come
comes.
this way.
Here he comes.
These two slouches.
There's that boy.
My right wallet right here.
Right wallet, left wallet. Okay.
In Montreal, it's known as True Grit. Good boy, Dandy. Good to see you.
Want to say something to the fans?
Hold it right up. I was in room number 2, so I wasn't quite sure which room was number 1. Thanks to Barney. Barney was the one that got me into squash. I used to be a handball player. And actually it was Wally Thompson that invited me over to the Hamilton Squash Club to see what squash was all about. And he sat me down next to Barney. And needless to say, Barney picked me up as a partner, and I guess we played together for 25, 30 years. I was never able to win a U.S. doubles with Barney, and thank goodness Gord Guyot was able to win this year, so it's got Barney off my back. Anyway, I certainly appreciate being here tonight. I hadn't intended on coming, but thanks to the cricket club, they said we better come and have dinner with us, so I appreciate it. I'm just sorry that the squash season is over. I can play golf, so any of the old guys that I used to beat at squash would like to try and beat me at golf. I'm available. Thank you very much.
I think those Delvers are in trouble.
On behalf of the tournament, and also as your friends of the game of squash, we'd like just to give you this small gift as a token of our appreciation for your years of love of the game of squash. Thank you very much.
David, well done, buddy. Well done.
He's one of the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
John Nimick is our executive director of the Professional Squash Association, and he would just like to say a few words. Right? Right? Say yes. 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 There was only one. Excuse me. Don't catch yourself on the back yet. Wait till it's over. Now, the only problem with Barney Lawrence, of course, is that Barney talks a lot. And I really gave him good luck guidelines that 7 to 10 minutes was it. And he has promised me that he will look at you, he will feel you out, and if at 7 minutes you want him to stop, he will stop. But however you're having a good time, he will go on for 2 hours and 7 minutes. So I'll let you determine how long he'll go. Barney, it is my pleasure to have you come up here, be a part of our evening. Welcome. Room number 2, you pay attention here. A room, sorry. Barney Lawrence.
Mesdames et messieurs, Damen und Herren, Mitglieder, ladies and gentlemen, to compete against a reggae orchestra and a bar is very difficult. But since this is the crowning part of the evening, it says in my speech here, I get the profile here.
Yeah, I got it, Bart.
I want to tell you a few things about this wonderful game of squash rackets. First of all, Don Leggett and I did not invent it. However, it has been one of the most important parts of my long and highly celebrated life. But it was only this tournament that I can tell you that I finally achieved real greatness. To win a tournament without hitting a squash ball is something that even Jonathan Power would understand. I refuse to play with Gary because he's not moving well. When Jamie Bentley asked me to play in the Open, I said, Jamie, look, get some kid, get Binsey or some of these guys. So, Jonathan, next year we're going to play and we're going to win it. But really, to play a tournament like that reminded me of a limerick. And if you'll bear with me, I will tell you this very serious limerick. There was a young girl from St. Paul who went to a birth control ball. She bought all the devices at fabulous prices, but nobody asked her at all. So Gordy and I, having won this magnificent tournament without playing, were forced to play in the 65s with a bunch of children. First of all, we played a couple of separatists from Montreal, who not only tried to separate the game, but tried to get in our way. And not only that, they wanted to win, which was worse. Then in the semifinals, we were bested by an acquitted child molester and a serial rapist. And I'm referring to that wonderful team of Logie and Roby. So I'm not counting that game as a defeat. Anyway, friends, I must say this. I want to make a few comments about this wonderful game. Doubles is all about getting a partner who is better than you are. As my intimate friends will know, doubles is very much like sex. If you don't pay attention to your partner, it's no fun. So, I want to tell you about some of the great victories that I've achieved in squash. I'm one of the few that have inflicted losses upon Hashim Khan and Dil Matir when I was playing with them. In fact, I could have been better. The Blue Jays wanted me to play for them, and I was known as Home Run Lawrence, which was difficult because I was a pitcher. At any rate, at the risk of being nostalgic, I will go back to 1948. When I first was launched on this career, the late Henry Hussey and I found out that there were free drinks at doubles tournaments. Shortly thereafter, I found a young kid named Don Leggett in Hamilton. He was standing there listening to the birds coughing in that wonderful Hamilton air. And I said to him, "Kid, I'll take you off the streets." I bought him his first suit, which he's wearing this evening. We managed to win a few tournaments, to lose a lot more, but we don't remember those. But it was all a lot of fun. And then I moved on from there because I got to be 45, and the tournaments were running out. And the Boynton Hamilton Trophy was sitting there for over 45s. So I got the great Eddie Hahn. Some of you will remember him as the oldest man to win the U.S. Amateur. Great player. And Eddie won me a bunch of tournaments, and the over 45, and it was he who told me the secret of doubles. If the ball is forward, you yell up. If it's back, you say to your partner, yours, and only when he says up yours do you know you're a team. As I progressed into senility, I realized that I had to go further west to win a tournament. So I found out that out in British Columbia, which is where all the Ontario people go when they're bankrupt, and they come back here millionaires later on and face their creditors, I found a young kid named Clive Caldwell, who was the father of Mary Ann. He's the only partner I've ever had where I can say we were undefeated. I would say, "Clive, you go and play the game and I'll get the trophy." He ran up and down that court very nicely, and I stood in the corner with my hands in my pockets. So that was very, very successful, but he dumped me later on when he became one of the best players in the game. Don't know why. In my dotage, I had to find another solicitor. And it was then that I offered my contract to Smiling Gordy Gaia. Now Gordy, he's content to run all over the court for me, give me the trophy later on, even brings me a scotch afterwards. And I think his engineering of having no competition in this tournament was wonderful. Gordy sent out some notices telling these fellas not to come. He didn't admit to that yet. So really, what have I to tell you? All of my partners were wonderful people. It doesn't quite have the advantage of sex, because you have to say you're sorry. I didn't forget one wonderful partner, my old friend Jimmy Mason. Jimmy and I managed to win the Toronto Racquet Club. And Jimmy was just wonderful. Being a cricketer, he would stand 4 feet from the front wall and volley the ball. I think today with the let rule, we wouldn't have been quite as good a team. But Dee and I managed to win some tournaments before the let rule was invented. So what can I tell you? Well, my dear friends, as my declining years, I choke up a lot when I get to these speeches. Besides, I haven't had a scotch for 5 minutes. Would you like to hear a story before I leave? Well, I have to be careful in this politically correct era. I was going to tell a story about a Scotsman, and he got up and he waggled his kilt at me and left. I was going to tell a story about an Irishman, and he left. I tried to tell a fairy story and the orchestra left. So, I will end up. What would you like to hear? Little Hood Redding Ride? Intercell and the Sisty Ugglers? The P Little Frigs? Hollyhock and the Four Queers? Whichever one, I don't know. Sorry, the 4 disadvantaged groups. Sisty Ugglers, did you like that? Okay. Well, I'm over my few minutes. May I go on? She's like, Marianne's like, tell my story. Time upon a once, there was a little girl named Intercella, who lived all alone in a big heart house with her Lino Mebstiller and 2 Sisty Ugglers. And they made her do all the worry dirt. Well, they sat around cheating mocks and eating magazines. Well, suddenly there was a knock on the floor, and that prancing young hints with that French dress brawl. And Intercella didn't have a wing to stare. And Budley, who should thirst upon her but a beautiful berry. And the beautiful berry says, Intercella, you can go to French dress brawl if you'll promise me home by midnight. And with one wave of her wand, she was transformed into a babishing Rudy. She had a long gap in sorrel and a necklace of poopies and rules. But more importantly, on her feet were the 2 slash skippers. Well, she cast to the Cable, which is came to the castle for you illiterates. And the first people she saw were the 2 Sisty Ugglers. Well, she was so beautiful, they didn't even cinderize Reckonella. And the prancing young hints, he was going to ask for a mare in handage, but suddenly his rock struck Belvich and ran from the brawl. And the slash skipper slept for slut. Well, the prancing young hints, he grasped the slash skipper and he went from house to house. And you can't reverse that. He wanted to find the Yiddish girl with whom he'd fallen in love. Well, he tried it on the Lino Mebstiller and the Sisty Ugglers, and their feet were too big. So he tried on Intercella, and the Gipper said it perfectly. And they became enraged to Gary, and they would have happily lived ever after. But there's a moral to this story. No matter what thinkle people, always bless your countings. That was a double scotch, I thank you. In conclusion, I do have a very pleasant task. And it's not a task, it's more of an honor. I am so impressed with the fact that a dumb squash player like Clive could get such a beautiful, active wife, but he was stupid enough to have me as a partner, that there is a little presentation. There was a squash player who used to play out of Buffalo somewhere named Gordy Anderson. Is he here anywhere? Gordy, will you come up if you could? Gordy is the only squash player I ever hit in the warm-up. Marianne is straightening Gordy's tie. A simple question, Gordy. Who won the last time we played doubles?
Barney and Don Leggett.
Thank you. Gordy, will you perform your task?
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to be asked to represent all of you tonight. And I will make it short, but it reminds me of 4 years ago when we were here, and I think the game is getting bigger. I think we all have an attachment to what has been done. First of all, the staff and the cricket club, you could not have a better club to have a double tournament like this. I'm kind of in the middle category. I'm in the 45 and over, and I still think I can beat everybody because I help them put their shorts on in the locker room and so on. But to be here and watch how good the Open players are, and then to watch the 60s and 70s and how well they play, I think doubles, and I hope doubles, will continue for many, many years, not only in North America but in the world. And I think that we're a very good start. And my purpose for being up here tonight, being asked, is to obviously thank the chairman of the tournament as well as the current president of the cricket club. Marianne, Clive is my hero and always has been my hero, but Marianne is the main force behind Clive and the family, and I think we have some roses to present to Marianne. And would you all stand and give Marianne a very good hand of applause?
Place it down. I guess I've been saying that all night. You know, I wasn't going to do this because we've been having so many speeches and all that sort of stuff, but this has just been the easiest job of my life, this tournament, because we have just had the best committee in the world. And I would just like the people that have been a part of that to stand up when I speak your name. The Hearst family, John and Mary, they were involved with fundraising. And without that tournament, we would not be here tonight. Thank you very much. Fiona did all the social. I mean, everything was social here. She did the tent last night. She did the trophy. She did everything. She did a fantastic job, and we're so appreciative. Thank you very much. Brenda Meek, Stan Meek's wife. I mean, here she could have been like queen for the day. And she just has worked so hard this last week in the registration department. She has done a fantastic job, and we are so appreciative. Thank you very much, Brenda, and you're the best. Rob Morton was our draw master, and all you people that called and said you couldn't play at a certain time, he curses you. But he's done a great job, and thank you very much. John Hall. John Hall did our program. He did a fantastic job. He was also the person responsible for the photographer who was here today to take your pictures. John Hall, thank you. There's always a person that has to take care of the budget. That was Ward Meek, another Meek family member. Ward did a great job. And if there was that one more thing that you didn't get this weekend, it was because he said, we have no more money and you can't do it. But he kept us on track and he did a fantastic job. Thank you very much. Marlene Charlette. Marlene did the packages. She was the one who went for the golf balls, she went for the drinks. She was wonderful. Dan Rooney. Dan Rooney is a category all by herself.
Dan, I need you, Dan.
Dan did was he has organized for the last couple of years the refereeing of this event. He has really held a couple of clinics for people who are in our house leagues, B&A players, so they can be better referees for your matches, so that you have referees for not only the main draw but also consolations. He's put on a couple of great nights, and we're very thankful. Secondly, he was the one who suggested that we have the pre-cocktail cocktail parties. Great idea. I think people enjoyed it. Thanks again. Now, the reason I didn't want to do this is I know I'm going to fret people. Jill Oman was responsible for this evening. All of it, we had 500 seats when the night came about, and we knew there were going to be so many people. You know, she really was so meticulous, and also with Bonnie Harvey, but to just make sure that who was coming, who wasn't, so that everyone could get a seat. Roland, I'll talk about that later. We now have 540 seats in here tonight, and I think we accommodated everybody, and thank you very much. Tim Bovair. Tim is going to do crowd control tomorrow and Monday, and that's going to be a job within itself. He's also just been a wonderful extra pair of hands to do whatever is needed, and we thank him. Margot Pengelly is going to do tomorrow the help with the presentation of the trophies, and we thank her very much. Jane Armstrong. Jane Armstrong is someone who's not here. She's going to come a little bit later because it's her birthday. She's the person who, for the past 10 years, has done all the decorating for all of the events, squash events here at the club, and she does a fantastic job. She never asks for any thank you. She never shows up until later, and I really would just like to honor her and thank her very, very much. Jane Armstrong did a great job. Lunches from 11:30 to 2:30 up here. Casual attire is in order. My last event of the night is the U.S. Doubles Tournament in Philadelphia in March of '99. They were wanting you to be there, so here's a plug. I hope you'll all come and enjoy yourself. Thank you very much.
Timmy, that's great, buddy. Good job here. Going down?
No, it's getting bigger.
Is it smaller yet?
It's getting bigger. It's infected.
And go downstairs for 10 minutes while they clear our tables so that we can prepare for our dance.
Mikey. Mikey, nice haircut there at the back.
Jamie, can you be polite for a second?
Oh, yes, I can.
I think we must still
Hang on, sorry.
Off camera, I have to ask you something. No, off camera.
Well, Bowder does, but not Frost. Frosty's single. Hey, what do you think? So, Steve, good luck dancing. Good luck at the dance.
You want to film something, you film me dancing later.
Okay, I will.
You got a show, you can probably sell it for cash.
I will. Catherine! Hey!
You know what? We're very happy that you're having a baby, but we're not having a baby. Get this on record.
You never know. You never know.
I'm trying to.
Was it Kit? You're thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.